Welcome to Soft Bites Podcast. Your life, your dentistry. We talk about ways to have more fun and meaning in one of the coolest and most rewarding professions in medicine. Conversations on how to bring awareness, create a healthy workplace, and provide emotional insights to make dentistry a fulfilling activity while making space for one's wonder, creativity, and freedom. Here are your hosts, Manuela and George Andre.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Hello,
Manuela.
Andre. How are you?
Hi, Manuela. Just came back from vacation, ready to start 2022. How are you?
Yes, I'm good also. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm in Portugal. I continue in Portugal. I'm going back to Belgium in the end of this week for 2 weeks, but I'm enjoying the south of Portugal. So I'm
Such an
doing
amazing
very well.
place. Such an amazing place. One of my favorite places of the planet.
Yeah, it's been really nice weather. It's been really a pleasure to work from here. I've been working from here at home, but I've been enjoying the good weather. So it's been really nice. And actually, the beginning of this year, I'm going to spend a lot of time here in Portugal, which is a really a good thing, and I'm very happy about it. And we are going to talk about that on this episode. So it's episode 7 of our Soft Bites podcast, and today we are going to talk about our course, because we're going to have a course about conscious leadership in dentistry here in the south of Portugal in March 3, 4, and 5 of March. And we've decided to do this episode only about the course. So this is going to be a shorter episode, and we are going to give you some information about the course, some information about the key learning points in our 3-day course, and also on how this course can impact your dentistry everyday practice and your dentistry everyday life, and also your life, because
exactly.
this isn't. It's like we say on our podcast, it's your life, your dentistry, because you cannot actually, you can separate your life from your dentistry, of course, but if you have a healthy dentistry, everyday dentistry practice, I think it's always connected to your life.
Yeah.
So I want to start by saying that we are going to talk about the course today, but if you want more information, you can go online to softbites.online, and there you have all the information. You have also the place to make your inscription, and of course, if you have any doubts or any questions, just message us or email us, and we will answer all your questions. So I think, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Andre, but when the idea for the course started when we met and you invited me to go to your class on management.
Yeah, so we met online. I contact you because I thought it would be interesting to do something, a webinar regarding some tips for treatment plan presentation that would involve some emotional components, right?
Yeah, which was our last episode that we just put it online on our last episode 6.
Yeah, so after that, I think that we started talking, and I thought, well, I think that she'll probably like the class. I wasn't exactly sure. I remember that you came the day before. You stayed in Porto. We had dinner and we were talking. And I remember I didn't open the curtain that much to you about what I was going to say on the next course on fully on management. because I also had some. My part is very practical, is very tip oriented, with some very practical stuff based on my experience. And so I didn't open that much. I didn't talk that much about the details of the course, but I had the feeling that you would enjoy it. So yeah, then you spend the whole day attending the class that I was given for a course that we did in Prosto, and yes, and at the end of that, I think in the next day or something, because I think I was tired because that's a very intense day that I get very personal because I talk a lot of my personal struggles and how the work was affecting my life, etc. And in the next day, you told me that, well, I think this is very complementary to what I do, and the rest. And then we ended up doing a podcast, and we have a course to do on March.
Yeah, and when we exchange ideas after I was present at your class about management, I remember preparing our conversation, and the main feeling that I had was that we could really complement each other, because you have this the part of the systems very well explained, and you put it in a very simple way. I remember you telling me that you have this skill, that it's taking something that it's complicated and turn it into a simple thing to do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's well, I try to be self-aware of what I am good at and what I am not good at. And I think we talked several times in the podcast that emotionally, in terms of communication, when we have to go deep into emotion stuff and one-on-one with staff and associates, I'm not very good. I'm still learning a lot. But there's something that I think I am very efficient, which is how to simplify stuff, and that's very good when you are teaching technical stuff, when you are teaching prosthodontics or the technical part of dentistry. And I think that I could also use some of those skills in order to implement systems and especially to simplify them. So yeah, that class is mainly about ideas and insights and clarifications of things that you should implement in your practice, and then can make sometimes some very small details have these tremendous results in the long term. And sometimes
Huge
it's just a
impact.
question of presenting things or communicating things with the patient or communicating things with the staff, or a small system there, a small system in some other places that will dramatically improve your quality of the profession and the way that you enjoy the profession. And like I used to say, to remove the drama as much as possible whenever you are in within a team.
Exactly. So that's what we're going to do on this 3 days. On this, I like to call it an immersion course, because
Yeah.
it's going to be 3 days in this beautiful place in the south of Portugal. But basically, we are going to talk about and to teach the systems and the soft skills. So we are
Yeah.
going to join these two together, because what happens, and what also, we've been talking about this, is that dentists focus mainly on the technical competences, right? So on the technical part. And sometimes, or most of the times, they forget that what is underneath their practice, or what makes their days and practice running smoothly, is the soft skills, and it's having a system in place, right? So we are going to give the blueprints, right? You
Yeah.
need, so that the dentists need to so that their everyday dentistry can be more efficient, with more clarity, and with less stress. So to,
Absolutely.
like you just said, to remove the part of the drama, so that you can focus on the fun part of the profession, and by you doing that, you can take your dentistry practice to a different level. And also you can do it in a more easy way, in a more calm way, and not spending your days in fight flight mode, not spending your days putting out fires, or running around in automatic pilot. And when you take out the tension, right, when you are able to perform from a place of groundness and presence and calm, then you will feel the benefits of this on your days, on your dentistry practice, again, on your life, because these benefits are not only for your dentistry practice, you will feel them also on your life. And having a system in place, so systems, and bringing also the other parts, so the emotional intelligence, the self-awareness or mindfulness. For me, it's the recipe for reducing stress in dentistry and for elevating your the practice. So that's what we are proposing to give. Basically, to give you the recipes how to grow your emotional intelligence skills, how to develop self-awareness, in a very practical way, the capacity for you to respond to the everyday challenges, not to react, not to act from a place of reaction, but to bring a response, to bring a response that serves you better, that serves your clinic better, your patient better, also your team better, and also to improve your relationships, so your team relationships with your patients, of course, and also even at home. I mean, with your family, because part of we all have, I think dentistry has a demanding schedule, and sometimes if you don't set your boundaries right, then you start to have an imbalance with your personal life. So by growing the emotional intelligence skills, you also be able to better respect your boundaries and of course to improve your relationships also at home and with your family. Then I think the course also will make you gain insights about yourself. So we are talking about self-awareness, of course, and to explore your preferences, your motivations, your purpose. I think this is very important, because this will be the base for you for the systems, right? Because you can give the step-by-step on how to implement a system, but it has to be something adapted to the person, right? And for that to happen, it's very, very important that you are aware of your preferences, that you are aware of what gives you joy, and if you are aware of how you want to spend your day as a dentist, and then of course to develop leadership skills, which I think are very important to every dentist. I already shared my opinion about this. Every dentists are leaders. They have the power to influence people. The human skills are so important in dentistry. And these are all practical tools that can be used at the everyday dentistry, and that's what we are going to explore, and that's what we are going to give on this this conscious leadership course in dentistry, and that's why we call it conscious leadership. It's not only about leadership, but it's to do it in a conscious way and in a human level also.
Yeah. So I think that what you are talking is about how to do it, but also why to do it. Why are you doing things? I mean, what are the values that you are that you believe and that are related to your mission that you want to bring to something that you are creating, which is a practice? Of course, if you are a practice owner, this is directly to you. Or if you are thinking about opening a practice, this is also very important. Or if you just if you are an associate, and even if you don't think that you'll ever open a practice, I think you'll also benefit because we'll have a lot of tips and hints and insights that you can implement, even if you are not under even if you don't have the full control of the practice. I think that in dentistry, the challenges are pretty much are very similar for everybody. So you get out of dental school, you start working for somebody. The first thing which happens in most of the situations that you very likely will not be practicing a very high-end practice. So you'll be doing some basic dentistry. Sometimes it's not in the best conditions, and your frustration in dentistry starts to appear. It's a little bit disguised because you are still with that all that enthusiasm out of dental school, and you are full of energy and you are young. But then, as time passes by, and we talked a lot about this in some other podcasts. I mean, dentistry is very challenging emotionally because patients they are in a place that they don't like. It's usually dentistry is very related to pain, and you either understand how that works and you start to develop some skills to learn to dance in the rain, let's say, to learn to overcome all those obstacles and maintain the enthusiasm, or sometimes you start to lose the enthusiasm. But even with very enthusiastic people, as time goes by, we see this pattern, which is they start to get frustrated. And the biggest frustration that I see actually is in practice owners. I mean, practice owners, they understand very early in their practices that it's difficult to manage a team. And that starts to take a toll on their health, on their time, on their family. They start to get frustrated. They think that no one understands them. They think that no one can have the same passion for the business that they have. They are afraid to delegate. Then they regret opening the practice. They wish they were just working for someone else. So all that enthusiasm and all that energy that they initially open a practice, because in my point of view, the vast majority of dentists that open a practice, they genuinely want to do good dentistry. They genuinely want to do that. Mm-hmm. And with all the challenges of opening a practice and getting patients and etc., they sometimes get frustrated because they realize it's not easy, and managing a team is not easy, and people are not sometimes not predictable. And once you open a practice, you start to realize that you have to be very, let's say, very mechanical in the way that you manage, because you have to be efficient. You have to make things happen. And for you to be efficient, it's unavoidable that once you start to be efficient, you will have some issues with some people, because efficiency sometimes means that you have to say no to some people, or that there needs to be some disagreement there. And I think the course basically will tell you that, okay, this will happen to you. This is happening to everybody. How do you deal with this? How do you deal with this so that you become happier, that you become less frustrated, that the patients feel a positive and genuine energy in the practice, and the team also, that you have a team that supports you, and how you can find that balance between patient happiness, your happiness, the team happiness, and also make sure that financially in the long term, um, that you are reaching your goals. So there are many topics, from emotions to systems to financial hints, to the way that you present treatment plans, to the way that you talk to patients, to the way that you manage a team. I think we will cover a vast amount of issues and techniques that I think will be extremely important throughout one's life. I wish this is the course that I wish that I attended before I opened a practice, or in the early days that I opened a practice. And of course, that, as I usually say, what you get from a course depends on what you are in your life. But I think that the way that we have it structured, it will be appealing and extremely beneficial to all the attendees. And also, we will give you all the templates, all the written templates that you can take home and adapt to your own practice. Either it's either it's like brochures that you send to patients, or checklists for systems that you can adapt for your own practice. Um, we have some scripts for phone answering. I mean, we have it pretty much everything covered there, which means that if you use those templates and if you start to work on them, we are very sure. And if you follow some of of the the advice that we are going to give you, I think it will be very beneficial. And of course, that we are not heroes. I'm not a hero. Manuel is not a hero. I mean, we do mistakes. We still do mistakes. We are human. We still suffer sometimes. But I think that by doing mistakes, and by listening to people, and by implementing some stuff, we could get um, a lot of positive things out of the profession. Either it's teaching or practicing it, and I think that everybody will benefit from this course.
Yeah, it's exactly what you said, and I just want to finish by saying, in compliment of what you just said, that it's going to be highly interactive. We're going to have exercises, just like you said. Also, you will be able to apply it immediately to your everyday, not only dentistry life, but to your everyday life. And it also, it's a very important thing. It will be in a safe environment. So it will be taught in community. You will be among colleagues that are experiencing the same things as you are. We already experience them, and we continue to do so. And just like you said, we're going to provide all the information, all the templates, all the step by step. I mean, from protocols to meditation. We are going to have meditations. You're going to take meditations home. I'm going to give you some recordings of meditations for you to start meditating. I'm going to teach you how to do it, how to develop that self-awareness. I mean, meditation is just exercising your mind, right? You have to start working out your muscles of awareness, your muscles of presence. We are going to talk not only to talk, but to do the exercises. And so I'm really looking forward, because it's going to be I'm sure it's going to be a great experience. I mean, not only for us, but for everyone attending. So again, it's going to be the days 3, 4, and 5 of March. Please go to softbites.online. You have there all the information. You have our contacts there also. You have, if you want to make your inscription, there is the place to do it. And it's going to be in the south of Portugal, in Sagres, in this beautiful place, in this beautiful room with the sea view. And and you, I mean, you have all the information there. If you have any questions or any doubts, just let us know. And from today on, the inscriptions are open. And we are really looking forward for this and to see you there. Andre, anything else that you want to add?
Well, I would just maybe like to add that either you have a practice or you are opening a practice, or even if you feel completely overwhelmed and you feel hopeless with the situation that you have, you are almost like near despair and you think that your team and your practice is completely uh, without any solution. Trust us that step by step you will be able to understand exactly what you want from the profession in your life, and step by step you'll be able to turn that around and follow your goals.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's do it.
All right.
Thank you so much, Andre. And we really hope to see you there. And go to softbites.online and you can read all the information there. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.